Everybody, welcome back to the Tamara Tamu Collective, where dreams have no filter. So we are now in part 5, and I'm looking over here at my notes. We're in part 5 of Your Cosmic Unleash Beyond Manifestation. So I hope that you guys are enjoying this series. It's something that I'm very passionate about, that I can't talk about enough. So I want to say this: the power of our words. It has the power in our voice, using our words. We have the power to bring harmony where there is chaos. We have the power with our words to bring abundance where there is an appearance of lack, to bring freedom where there is apparent bondage in some way, whether that's emotional or otherwise. We have that. So, if anything else, if you leave watching these videos, watching this series, just knowing that that power rests in you and it's waiting to be unleashed, it's waiting to be ignited, then I've done my job. That's it. The rest is up to you. Okay? So I wanted to say that. I almost feel like I need to just say that at the top of every video. But anyway, so let's get into part 5. So in this part, I want to talk about affirming. And I want to dive in a little bit to the idea of affirmations. So I said in the last video that an affirmation is not just a vain, lifeless repetition of words that someone told you that you should say. All right? Remember, you're opening up your mouth to speak words. Those words will go out and accomplish, backed with your emotion, will go out and accomplish what you send those words out to do. Backed with emotion. Remember, we've been talking about how feelings are so connected to this. But I want to just take a break from talking about feelings for a minute and just focus on affirmation. So I want to, let's see, let me bring up what an affirmation is. So again, I went back to the dictionary, dictionary.com. And so to affirm means to agree with what is. That may sound contradictory, but at the same time, because you are a cosmic being, you get to decide what really is. This is where you have to take a step back from how you're used to being. You have to take a step back. This is where reprogramming is very important. Because right there, when I said to affirm means to agree with what is, well, when we think of what is, our thoughts automatically go to what we can physically see, what our senses are telling us. And this is why, to embrace our power, we have to be delusional. We have to ignore what the ego is going to tell us, what the intellect is going to tell us, and what reason is going to tell us. Reason, ego, intellect. We need all three. But all three of those need to serve our soul. All three of those are not meant for us to be slaves to them, to be servants of them. Those three are present to serve our soul's highest vision, our calling, period. Which leads me to say, this is another reason why so many of us are afraid to tap in to that power to create with our words and our voice, because it's going to change our speech. It's going to change how we communicate with people on certain things. It's going to probably even cause people to look at us a little, differently. Or, you may have someone tell you, well, you need to just face reality. Well, if you are experiencing or feeling some type of physical pain, perhaps you're watching this and the medicine or the doctor gave you some type of diagnosis, and you say, well, that's not what I know about myself. I know I am in perfect health, and my cells are in constant harmony, and my organs function the way that they were designed to function, properly and correctly, releasing the proper hormones in the proper amounts to be in harmony. And so you may have people outside of you saying, well, the doctor said this, you need to go. This is when you have to be willing to step outside of that programming so that you can embrace your true programming as a cosmic being, and so that you can walk in your health identity. This is not the route that I wanted to take in this video, but I'm just going to go with it. So I wanted to talk about programming again. And so in the last video, I used a money example, I used a health example. And I want to use another health example to emphasize how much programming we have got to rewire so that we can stop walking around like robots and just accepting what people tell us, and just accepting any diagnosis, and just accepting what outside circumstances telling us, and stop and say, no. I came into this world to be powerful. Not to just exist, but to be powerful. Okay? So, for example, we see these commercials. That will tell us, when we have a headache. It'll tell us what type of headache we're supposed to have, when we're supposed to have it. And then they'll tell us, oh, if you're, at a certain age, you're most likely to get this, or you're most likely to get that, so therefore you need this vaccine, and on and on and on. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's programming. So who said that at a certain age that we're going to get certain things, certain illnesses? Who said that? Where did that come from? Did it just become true because everybody believed it? No. It's not true just because everybody believed it. But what I'm bringing that up to say is, the reason I'm bringing that up is because when you start to really speak and you really start to pay attention to this and how all of this works together, your conversation is going to change. And it this is how, you're going to know if you really truly are, you've really truly embraced your power to create with your words, is when you have, excuse me, when you have certain conversations. Hold on just a sec. When you have certain conversations, the way that you responded before, or the conversations that you found yourself entangled in, you're not going to allow yourself to get entangled anymore. That's how you know that you have just embraced your power to, no, I don't have to accept that, because that doesn't match with what my soul knows. That doesn't match with my vision. So nah, sorry. And you may even have to say, well, I'm going to pass on that conversation, but I like to talk about this, however you want to word it. And you have to be willing to look weird to people, to sound weird to people. Okay? So, yeah, that's not what I wanted to talk about in part 5, but there we have it. So what I'll do is I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick up what I really wanted to talk about in the next video. All right. So thank you for watching. This is part 5. Thank you for watching part 5. Until next time. Cheers.